Welcome back to GH Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about a dramatic revelation that has rocked the residents of Port Charles, altering the lives of the Morgan family forever. The story begins with an emotionally charged discussion between Jason Morgan and his son Danny, a conversation stemming from recent tragic events involving Danny's friend, Rocco Falconeri. The incident, a near-fatal case of alcohol poisoning, had left a heavy impact on the Morgan and Falconeri families, pushing them to confront painful truths and hidden secrets. Jason and Danny Morgan's conversation was filled with mutual remorse and reconciliation. Danny openly admitted his role in the unfortunate incident that almost cost Rocco his life. He accepted full responsibility, promising Jason that he had learned from this harrowing experience and would never again make such reckless mistakes. His sincerity was evident, demonstrating maturity beyond his years as he faced the consequences of his actions head-on. Jason, deeply moved by his son's genuine remorse, responded with heartfelt apologies of his own. He acknowledged his failure as a father in guiding Danny adequately and expressed regret for neglecting Danny's emotional needs, especially since the traumatic passing of Danny's mother, Sam McCall. The emotional exchange culminated in a touching embrace between father and son, symbolizing their renewed commitment to supporting one another. This moment of reconciliation was profound for both, reinforcing their bond and renewing Jason's resolve to be a more present and attentive parent. However, just as their emotional wounds seemed to begin healing, Danny revealed that there was something incredibly important he had kept hidden for a long time, a secret that would upend their entire understanding of recent events. With cautious hesitation, Danny decided it was finally time to share his secret with Jason. He disclosed a remarkable detail. Exactly 9 days after Sam's funeral, he had received a mysterious letter, one he initially believed to be some cruel joke or hoax. However, upon reading it, he recognized the handwriting immediately. It belonged to Sam. In this astonishing letter, Sam had written clearly and convincingly that she was not, in fact, dead. Instead, she revealed that she had been covertly rescued by a mysterious organization shortly before her presumed death. The organization had taken her away and placed her into intensive training, the details of which Sam did not elaborate upon. She assured Danny in the letter that she was safe but emphasized the necessity for complete secrecy until the time was right. The letter continued with Sam providing an explicit promise. Exactly 3 years after the date of her supposed death, she would return to Port Charles. Danny, having struggled privately with this secret for so long, now bravely shared the revelation with Jason, hopeful yet anxious about his father's reaction. Initially, Jason was understandably skeptical. The notion of Sam surviving her apparent demise was almost too incredible to accept. His disbelief was quickly dispelled, however, when Danny produced the physical letter itself. As Jason read each line, his skepticism transformed into stunned conviction. The handwriting was unmistakably Sam's. Jason's mind raced as he processed this revelation. He began to re-evaluate other suspicious deaths and disappearances in Port Charles, particularly that of Dex Heller. Dex had reportedly died under remarkably similar circumstances to Sam, leading Jason to believe there might be more to his death than what had appeared at first glance. He began to suspect that Dex, too, might still be alive, having been taken by the same mysterious organization responsible for Sam's staged death and disappearance. Determined to seek out concrete evidence to support this incredible theory, Jason made the difficult and controversial decision to exhume the graves of both Sam and Dex. The process was fraught with emotional turmoil, the heavy reality of disturbing these sacred resting places deeply troubling him. Yet, Jason knew that only by confronting these harsh truths head-on could he confirm whether or not his suspicions were justified. Under cover of secrecy and discretion, Jason orchestrated the excavation of both gravesites, desperate to uncover the reality buried beneath layers of deception. The exhumations proceeded with tense anticipation, and what Jason discovered at each grave was both astonishing and validating. The coffins of both Sam and Dex were completely empty. Not a trace of either body was found, no remains, no personal belongings, no indication whatsoever that either person had ever been interred there. This shocking revelation provided clear evidence that both Sam and Dex had indeed been taken by this mysterious organization. It also validated every suspicion and hope that Jason had harbored. Now, Jason faced the daunting task of understanding the depth of the conspiracy and the intentions behind these orchestrated disappearances. Armed with undeniable proof, Jason began meticulously piecing together the events surrounding both disappearances. The eerie parallels between Sam and Dex's staged deaths indicated a well-planned, professional operation. Jason's suspicions grew: who exactly was behind this organization, and what purpose did it serve? Clearly, both Sam and Dex possessed skills and knowledge valuable enough to prompt their covert recruitment and staged disappearances. Yet, the questions of motive and intent remained unsettlingly unanswered. Port Charles, meanwhile, remained largely oblivious to the profound revelations Jason had uncovered. For the community at large, life had continued, albeit shadowed by the grief and mysteries surrounding Sam and Dex's deaths. Jason knew that sharing his discoveries prematurely could compromise his ongoing investigation and potentially endanger Sam and Dex themselves. Thus, he maintained strict secrecy, confiding only in Danny and a very select few trusted allies, ensuring their full cooperation in silence. Danny, now profoundly relieved to have shared his burden, grew closer to Jason than ever before. Their shared knowledge of Sam's survival provided father and son a unique bond, both united by their fierce determination to prepare for her eventual return. Danny's earlier behavior, once erratic and rebellious, gradually improved as the weight of this secret lifted, replaced by hope and anticipation. Jason, understanding the profound emotional implications for Danny, devoted more attention and care to guiding him through this extraordinary and complex situation. As days turned to weeks, Jason intensified his efforts to unravel the identity and agenda of the mysterious organization responsible for staging these deaths. His investigation drew him deeper into a dangerous underworld, a place where truths were carefully guarded, and deception was the standard. Jason leveraged all his resources, carefully piecing together fragments of information, aware that one wrong move could jeopardize everything. At the heart of this ongoing investigation was Jason's hope, the unyielding belief that soon, both Sam and Dex would be safely returned to Port Charles. Yet Jason remained vigilant, conscious of the peril that surrounded uncovering such explosive secrets. He knew that confronting those responsible would require patience, intelligence, and above all, discretion. Nevertheless, Jason's resolve was unshakable, fueled by the desperate desire to reunite his fractured family and ensure their safety. The emotional consequences of these revelations were significant and far-reaching. Friends and family in Port Charles sensed Jason's increasing preoccupation and secrecy but respected his need for privacy, assuming he was simply grieving. Meanwhile, Jason quietly continued to search for clues, uncovering traces of the organization's involvement across various disappearances, perhaps extending even further than Sam and Dex alone. Each discovery hinted at an expansive and troubling conspiracy, raising further questions about the true extent of their operations and the identities of those involved. As Jason carefully unraveled the intricate web of deception, he also began preparations for Sam's anticipated return. Ensuring their home remained secure and stable for both Danny and the anticipated reunion became paramount. Jason longed for the day when his family could finally be reunited, aware that the emotional reunion would be complicated, bittersweet, and filled with both joy and lingering fears. Ultimately, this compelling storyline brought profound questions about love, loss, loyalty, and the lengths individuals would go to protect their families. Danny and Jason's evolving relationship, strengthened by honesty and mutual trust, highlighted the power of family bonds to overcome even the darkest secrets. The underlying message, that love can survive unimaginable adversity, resonated powerfully throughout Port Charles, promising a dramatic and emotional reunion to come. Next, we will dive deep into the tumultuous world of Sonny Corinthos and the potential danger looming over his hidden grandson, Giovanni Gio Palmieri. As the drama unfolds in Port Charles, a health crisis for Gio could shatter familial ties, expose long-buried secrets, and test the resolve of those closest to him. With Sonny's life steeped in peril due to his mob connections, the ripple effects are threatening to pull yet another loved one into a vortex of chaos. Let's explore the intricate web of relationships, hidden truths, and impending threats that could change everything for Gio and the Corinthos family. Sonny Corinthos, the powerful yet tormented mob boss of Port Charles, is at a pivotal crossroads in his life. The weight of his dangerous lifestyle has become an unbearable burden, especially after witnessing how close his son, Michael Corinthos, came to losing everything in a catastrophic penthouse explosion. This near-tragic event has seared into Sonny's mind the harsh reality of his choices, igniting a desperate desire to shield his family from further harm. Determined to rewrite his destiny, Sonny is contemplating an exit from the mob world, a decision fraught with complications and risks of its own. However, before he can sever ties with his criminal empire, he faces the daunting task of identifying a shadowy enemy who relentlessly targets him. This unseen adversary's attacks are growing bolder, and Sonny fears that time is running out to neutralize the threat before it claims another victim. Every day he delays, the danger creeps closer to those he holds dearest, amplifying his anxiety and sense of urgency. Tragically, it seems another member of Sonny's inner circle might soon fall prey to the violence that shadows him, and whispers in Port Charles suggest it could be the young and unsuspecting Gio Palmieri. In a recent episode aired on April 28, Tracy Quartermaine issued a stark and chilling warning to Gio about the inherent dangers of associating with Sonny. With a tone laced with both frustration and fear, Tracy painted a grim picture of life in Sonny's orbit, cautioning Gio that entanglement with the Corinthos patriarch often leads to incarceration or, worse, a fatal end. Mark my words, young man, those who get too close to Sonny either find themselves in a jail cell or 6 feet under. I couldn't bear it if something happened to you, Tracy implored, her voice trembling with emotion. Her words weren't just a casual admonition. They stemmed from years of observing the collateral damage of Sonny's world. Yet, Gio, ever loyal and naively optimistic, dismissed her concerns, unable to fathom that his cherished uncle Sonny could pose any real threat to his safety. This clash of perspectives between Tracy's stark realism and Gio's blind trust sets the stage for a potentially heartbreaking turn of events. The complexity of this situation deepens when considering Tracy's own connection to Gio, a bond she herself may not fully comprehend yet. Unbeknownst to her, Gio is her great-grandson, a secret that, if revealed under dire circumstances, could send shockwaves through the Quartermaine family. Imagine the storm of emotions Tracy would endure upon learning the truth. Her protective instincts would surge to new heights, and her warnings to Gio would carry even more weight. This hidden lineage adds a layer of tragic irony to her pleas. She is fighting to save someone whose blood ties to her she doesn't even realize. The possibility of this revelation coming to light amid a crisis only heightens the tension, as Tracy's determination to keep Gio safe could become a desperate race against time. Adding to the brewing storm is the ominous foreshadowing of a medical emergency that may soon strike Gio, an event poised to unravel everything. Gio holds a profound gratitude towards Sonny, viewing him as a steadfast benefactor who has been a pillar of support through turbulent times. Whether it was financial aid for schooling or simply being a constant presence at family gatherings, Sonny's role in Gio's life has been nothing short of paternal. Little does Gio know that this bond runs far deeper. Sonny is not just an uncle figure but his grandfather, a secret tightly guarded by a select few. This undisclosed truth makes Tracy's warnings all the more poignant, especially as the genuine threats against Sonny intensify with each passing day. Just as Michael was caught in the crosshairs of an attack meant for Sonny, Gio could easily find himself ensnared in a similar, life-threatening predicament, not because of his own actions but simply due to his proximity to the Corinthos name. Picture a scenario where Gio, perhaps caught in the wrong place at a critical moment, suffers injuries from an ambush intended for Sonny, an event that would not only endanger his life but also force dormant family secrets into the open. The potential for Gio's health crisis to act as a catalyst for revealing his true heritage is a plot twist ripe with emotional stakes. Imagine the chaos erupting if Gio requires a critical medical intervention, such as an organ or blood donation, in the wake of an injury tied to Sonny's enemies. Lois Cerullo, burdened with the weight of the secret about Joe's lineage, might find herself with no choice but to disclose the truth in a frantic search for a compatible donor. What if, in a cruel twist of fate, no immediate matches are found within the Cerullo family? The desperation could lead to Sonny being tested, and upon discovering he's a match, the long-concealed reality of his grandfatherhood would come crashing into the light. This revelation would not only alter Joe's understanding of his family but also force Sonny to confront the full scope of how his life choices have imperiled yet another generation. The emotional fallout from such a disclosure would be immense, with trust shattered and relationships strained as Gio grapples with the dual shock of his health crisis and his true identity. Sonny, already haunted by guilt over the dangers his loved ones face, would be devastated to see Gio caught up in his world's violence. His protective instincts, already heightened after Michael's close call, would kick into overdrive, but the damage might already be done. Tracy, too, shares this dread, her warnings echoing the same fears that gnaw at Sonny's conscience. Both are united in their concern for Gio, though from different vantage points, one as a grandfather unaware of the full extent of his connection, and the other as a great-grandmother unknowingly fighting for her kin. This shared anxiety underscores the tragic inevitability that Gio might be the next in line to suffer due to Sonny's tumultuous life. Whether it's a targeted attack by Sonny's mysterious foe or an unrelated accident exacerbated by proximity to danger, the risks are palpable and growing. Despite the foreboding clouds on the horizon, there is a sliver of hope that Gio will emerge from whatever trials await him. While he may endure terrifying moments that test the resilience of Sonny, Tracy, and others who hold him dear, survival seems likely. However, the journey to that point promises to be fraught with suspense and heartache. Consider the emotional turmoil for Brooke Lynn Quartermaine and Dante Falconeri, who might uncover the truth about Joe's parentage at the very moment they fear losing him forever. The dual blow of discovering their connection to Gio while battling to save his life would be a gut-wrenching ordeal, one that could redefine their family dynamics in unforeseen ways. Picture Brooke Lynn, tears streaming down her face, as she learns she's more than just a friend to Gio, all while praying for his recovery in a sterile hospital room. Such scenes would undoubtedly tug at the heartstrings of everyone in Port Charles and viewers alike. In the ever-twisting saga of General Hospital, Gio Palmieri's potential plight serves as a stark reminder of the far-reaching consequences of Sonny Corinthos' choices. As secrets simmer beneath the surface and dangers lurk in every shadow, the young man's life hangs in a precarious balance, caught between familial love and lethal threats. Will Sonny manage to dismantle the forces arrayed against him before they claim another victim? Can Tracy's warnings penetrate Joe's steadfast loyalty in time to spare him pain? And how will the revelation of Joe's true heritage reshape the bonds that tie this fractured family together? Stay tuned to ABC General Hospital as we await the answers, knowing that in Port Charles, every day brings a new crisis and a new chance for redemption. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the latest spoilers, and we'll see you soon with more updates from the heart of the drama.